Thank you, Jason. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey has announced the appointment of Dr. James Paul to the West Virginia State Board of Education. Paul previously served as executive director of the West Virginia Professional Charter School Board and is the director of State Education Opportunity for the America First Policy Institute. Morrisey says there's need for serious education reform in West Virginia, citing the state's ranking near the bottom in educational outcomes despite ranking 27th in the nation for per pupil spending. Morrisey says addressing these issues requires greater accountability and oversight over education in the state. He says having Paul on the board will help bring that accountability.
I know that he cares a lot about accountability, efficiency, and improving outcomes with our kids. I think having another school board member with the kind of expertise that Dr. Paul has is going to be a real plus and can make real improvements in what they're doing.
This is the first appointment to the State Board of Education that Morrisey has made as governor. The City of Marietta Water Department announced hardness levels in the water may be higher than usual through until September 2020.